Hello, by the grace of God, I think you are all doing fine, my dear viewers. It's Louis Dodds from English EC Louis channel. Wishing you well. Happy to meet you through this video, and I'm happy to introduce you to another level of grammar, which is very, very important today, and you are going to learn in an easy manner. That's nothing but what is known as Concord. It is known as Concord, which means, in simple terms, it is known as the agreement between the subject and the verb in the sentence. So that's what we are going to have a look today, and we are going to discuss what are the rules and regulations that we are supposed to follow when we want to write correct sentences with the proper agreement between the subject and the verb in the sentence. See? And Concord is one of the most important grammar that we must be familiar and understand it thoroughly well. Because by understanding this Concord, the agreement between the subject and the verb, I am 100% guaranteeing you that you are writing a good sentence in English. Remember, if a sentence in English is the correct sentence, that particular sentence has to agree with the subject and the verb in person and in number. Okay, very clear. So remember, let me repeat it again. If a sentence in English is the correct sentence, which means that the verb and the subject in that particular sentence agrees with either number or in person. But these are the two criteria that we must remember. So unless you have the correct agreement between the subject and the verb, your sentence will not be correct. Okay, so this is the basic introduction for this session, and before we go into the video in particular, it's a kind of an introduction. So those who are viewing my channel for the first time, viewers, subscribe, click the bell icon and increase the views and subscribers so that you will be able to understand better and better the act of writing grammar, both in writing as well as in speaking in English. Guys, shall we go to the video of today's session? Yes, come. Concord. This is practically a little bit of serious topic that I am going to discuss with you today. So unless you listen to me while I am explaining the concept, even if you watch it second time or third time, you may not be able to understand fully, because every rule and regulation is a must if you want to understand the Concord properly. Okay, so let me write the topic of the video today: Concord. In other words, it is known as the agreement between the subject and the verb. Agreement between the subject and the verb in a sentence. So that is the topic. Okay, so this is the topic that we are going to discuss today, and you will have to be extremely alert and watchful, attentive. The first thing that we must remember in learning or understanding about Concord is nothing but, if your subject is singular, verb also has to be in singular. which means that there is an agreement between the subject and the verb. So the basic rule, if the subject is singular, the verb also must be in singular. That is the first thing that we must understand. Okay? Subject singular, verb singular. That's the general rule. Okay? General rule. So let me call it as general rule. If the subject is singular, the verb also must be in singular. Verb also must be in singular. Which means the subject has to agree in number and in person. Now let me write an example. We walk to school. See? We walk to school. Now what is the subject here? We. What is your verb here? Walk. Subject is plural, and here walk is considered as plural verb. You cannot write we walks. Now instead of we, let me use the subject I, so that it will be easy for you. I walk to school. I walk to school. This is the subject and this is the verb. I walk to school. She walks to school. She walks to school. See? Singular subject, verb agrees. Now why am I adding s to the main verb here? That's one of the basic rules you must have learned in your schools. Your teachers must have taught you. The basic rule is that if your subject is third person singular and if the tense is simple present tense, you must add s to the main verb. See? So she walks. You cannot write here she walk. No. That's what I mean, the agreement between the subject and the verb. Concord. Okay? So, Concord. She walks. I walk to school. Clear? Just go through it once again. This is the first agreement, general agreement. If your subject is singular, verb also has to be in singular, both in tense, person and in number. Okay? Good. So, next one. Now, shall we go to the next one here? So, let me rub this off. I don't know whether I am going to complete all the rules. Maybe let me take these two videos. Okay, second rule. What is the second one? See, when two subjects or nouns, when two nouns are joined by the conjunction, see, by the conjunction and, very important, and the subject takes a singular verb. The verb is, in other words, the verb is singular. Okay? So that will have to be very, very clear. Okay? Now, see. So remember now. Every boy and a girl. Let me write an example. Remember, when two nouns are joined by the conjunction and or preceded by and, the verb is singular. See, this is the first or the rather second agreement. Now let me write an example here. Every boy, okay, every boy and girl, every boy and girl. See, singular nouns, but combined by or joined by the conjunction and. Every boy and girl has assignments to submit. Okay? Every boy and girl has assignments to submit. Now, what is your subject? What is your verb here? Guys, what is your subject and what is your verb? See? Boy, girl, singular nouns. They are joined by the conjunction linking word. And what is your verb here? This is your verb. Has. Is it a singular verb or a plural verb? Singular verb. So therefore, when two nouns are joined by the conjunction and the verb has to be singular. See, every boy and girl. Gonna have and a girl. Every boy and a girl has assignments to submit, which means that the concept is given to every individual. In other words, every individual is given importance by this agreement of subject and the verb. Okay? That's the second thing that we must be paying attention to. See? Very simple. Every boy and a girl. So you can have so many examples. So remember the conjunction, the linking word and the verb has to be singular. This is what we must pay attention to. Concord means agreement between the subject and the verb. Okay, so that's the second thing. We go to the third one. What's the third one here? See? Right. Now we have what is known as the collective nouns. You remember what are collective nouns? Collective nouns, group. When you talk about different kinds or different types of nouns, we have material noun, collective noun, common noun, abstract noun, and all that. So, collective nouns. See, collective nouns. Collective nouns like. There are so many collective nouns, you can give examples. Like for example, class, committee, okay, committee, jury. So you can go on adding any words. Class, committee, jury, board, see? Board. So collective nouns like class, committee, jury and board are taken as one unit. So you have to understand, when you talk about class, what is class after all? Group of students. But that particular class has taken as a singular subject, singular noun. Similarly, committee. Committee is made out of different personalities, different persons. But committee, as per the singular subject, you can have that as one single unit, subject, committee. Jury is also an official body of making decisions, a board, like similarly, a board. So if they are taken as a singular unit, collective nouns like class, committee, jury, board, jury, and board are seen as or taken as a single unit, are seen as single units, and the verb will have to be in singular. The verb is in singular. See, the verb will have to be in singular. So class, so many things we can say. For example, let me write a sentence like this. The class is preparing. The class is preparing a skit. Say, a skit. The class means, what does it mean? Class is a group of students, which means that a group of students, they are preparing a skit, a program. Now, what is the subject here? Class. Your verb is. See, you cannot say the class are. The team. You can say the team. The team is practicing. The team is practicing. See, team is practicing severely. Team is your collective noun, is your singular verb. Okay? So that's the beauty of the Concord, agreement between the subject and the verb. So these are the 3 rules that we have seen today. So let us be very concise and concrete in our understanding of these rules. There are 3 or 4 more to come. So let me discuss all those other rules in another video. So for the time being, this is more than enough for us to understand what is a concord, the agreement between the subject and the verb, and general rule, and 1 or 2 other rules that we have to pay attention to. The first one is that if your subject is singular, verb has to be singular. And the second one is when 2 nouns are joined by the linking word conjunction and the verb takes singular. Collective nouns, they take a singular verb. So which means that, look at the example that I have given, they either would agree in person or in number. So that we'll have to be extremely careful in writing sentences. So this is more than enough for this video. So I will continue the rest of the concord in another video for us to have a complete understanding. Okay guys, so watch this video completely and then understand this concept for the time being. What is a concord? Agreement between subject and the verb, and what are the basic things that we need to remember when we are writing the sentences and whether we are writing them properly or not. Okay, so thank you guys for watching this video, and you will have a better understanding, a complete understanding when we complete this in another video. And until I see you in the next video, thanks for the time being. Enjoy your day wherever you are, enjoy your staying wherever you are. Have a good day, have a good night, or have a good entertainment, whatever the situations in which you are in. Wishing you all well. See you in the next video. God bless you. Thank you.